Welcome to Axie Byte, where we explain Axie Infinity in bite size. To start off the year, we have something a little bit different. Chances are, if you're interested solely in playing Axie Infinity to earn some crypto, you wouldn't be interested in our next few episodes. That being said, give us a bit of your time, and I promise I'll at least pique your interest. Currently, Axie breeding is perfect when AXS and SLP prices are low, because it gives you another means of earning crypto when the price of SLP isn't too rewarding. Now let's get the concept of this mini-series over with, so you know what to expect. But before we start, here's a little surprise for everyone. If you're not a scholar yet in any scholarships, Lambda Scholarship is currently open for applications. If you're already a scholar then, well, we also have a referral program for you to earn some SLP on the side. Link is available down in the descriptions below. Anyways, this series takes you into how breeding works in Axie Infinity. As a player, you're familiar with the consumption side of the Axie market, the buying and using of the Axies. This video shows you what happens at the back. Surely there are times when you wonder, if everyone's playing Axie Infinity as well as claiming and selling the SLP, the inflated supply would cause a market crash, right? Where do the SLPs go? Who uses them? If you find yourself asking these questions, this mini-series will answer some of them, or all of them. Let's start with why you should stay for this short series. It's because Axie breeding can be pretty profitable, but disclaimer, it also very much depends on your decision making. You can't just smash two Axies together and expect to have a valuable Axie baby. So where do Axies come from? Who breeds them? How are they bred? There are so many scholarships and players out there, how are there enough Axies for everyone? And most importantly, something that you probably never considered, how does the breeding of Axies impact the economy of SLP and AXS? Every month when you're claiming your SLP from your scholarship or from your personal accounts, what causes the price to rise and fall? Axies aside, at times you must have wondered what keeps the demand of SLP up. By now there are probably thousands of accounts out there playing Axie Infinity, generating SLP, and supplying them to the market. Surely the market has to crash sometime from excessive supply, right? Well, in this video, you'll also learn about who uses the SLP and AXS. While you, the players, are handling the demand for Axies and supplying the SLP, the breeders are the ones who are doing the opposite. Axie breeders around the world take SLP you have sold in the market and use them to breed, putting more Axies into the market. And thus, this is the life cycle of the average Axie. Breed, fight, generate SLP, then those SLP are used to breed again. So I hope I've at least whet your taste buds for what's to come in this series. We'll be doing a deep dive into the mechanics of Axie breeding. We won't be covering too much in this episode because this episode is all introductory. This is more of letting you guys know what to expect in the coming episodes. And also, if there are Axie breeding related questions you would like us to cover, please leave us a comment. So let's very briefly talk about the processes you go through when you breed. Or at least this is how we at Lambda Clan do it. There are three things you'll need to consider when picking your pair of Axies to breed: the cost, the parts, and the breed count. Of course, we'll talk a lot more about this in the future. Before we end this video, here's a very quick run through of the breeding process. Think of the Axie you want. Look for the parents, judge by the cost, parts, and breed count. Breed, wait for the egg to hatch, profit. And that's all we're covering for our very first episode. Brace yourself and prepare your notepad for our next episode onwards, because it will be quite an info dump. But don't worry, I'm here to make this as enjoyable as possible, and by the end of this series, you'll be well equipped to be an Axie breeder. And that wraps up our episode for today. Remember, drop all your questions and suggestions in the comments for what you would like us to cover about breeding. See you in the next episode.